Recording in progress, and we are ready to start our Dnipro Hills and Timisoara Toastmasters joint meeting for today. Finally, we have gathered together tonight, and I'm happy to see everyone here. And the topic is awesome, as far as you already know, guys. And I see a lot of people here, and some of you are really well prepared. And also there's Santa Claus, yeah, from Montreal, as far as I see, and I hope we will have an opportunity, a possibility to talk to you and to know about you better. Let me remind you, for those who probably still don't know or maybe forgot, that our clubs are the part of both are the part of the international Toastmasters community, of the public speaking clubs, and we practice English public speaking here, and we practice English public speaking here together. And now, as usually we do, I'm gonna invite here our guests to introduce you to us and say a few words about yourselves. So let me I think start with Alex. Sorry if you are the guest. Probably we don't know everyone from that side, from the Romanian side. So please unmute yourself and say a few words about yourself.
Hi. Well, I'm a friend of Dek Cluskey. Dek is a member in my club in Montreal. And he told me that there was going to be a wonderful meeting today. So I thought that I would come in. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning right now here. So I'm delighted to be with you all.
Okay, you are a hero, Alex. Welcome, and hope you'll enjoy the meeting. And I see some people here in Ukraine, and it is also Olena from Kyiv. Please unmute yourself and introduce yourself. How did you get to know about our club, and what are your expectations?
Hello, everyone.
Aha, I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you. Did you see? Okay, introduce yourself to our Romanian members.
I'm a guest of the club Dnipro Hills, usually, and now I decided to visit our online meeting with another club, with a Roman club from Romania.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Okay. Round of applause to Elena to support her, and hope you'll enjoy the meeting. I also see Roman here. Please, Roman, unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Hello, mates. Montreal, UK, Romania. Hello, mates from around the world. My name is Roman. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Ukraine, of course, and I'm language lover. And also, I have been looking and searching for local English-speaking clubs, and I reckon I found it. So we are gathered here together in order to find out more about St. Nicholas and all the Christmas stuff. Thank you so much.
You're definitely going to find out more today, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And if I'm not mistaken, there are no more guests from the both sides today. So I'm happy to pass control to our today's diligent and prominent not table topics, but Toastmaster of the day. We are also going to have an amazing table topics session, but we are going with our, of course, Toastmaster of the day, who is Lesia Yurchyshyn for today, and who has prepared for us, I'm definitely sure, something really interesting on our today's topic. So, Lesia, this stage is yours, and I'm looking forward to hear a lot of interesting from you.
Thanks a lot for such a cool invitation. Honestly, I always love to talk about holidays or traditions or something like that because I am a historian teacher, and today we have a very great opportunity to go deeper into the holiday of Saint Nicholas and to think about Santa Claus as well. So for this purpose, I presented just a short introduction to all of this because we are already out of the time. I will try to make it shorter as much as I can, and we will start just from the personality of Saint Nicholas to those of you who haven't heard about it. I can't believe that it can be possible, but still, in case, you see on the slides that Saint Nicholas of Myron, it was like an early Christian bishop. So just like to try to imagine all this period. So it's like the time of the Roman Empire, the 3rd century after the Christ birth, and he was the early Christian bishop. He had Greek descent, but still he lived in a city which now is Antalya, Turkey. Yeah, so like all of this. And he was famous, honestly, because of his everyday life, of his daily actions. And we know a lot of stories about how he helped to poor people, how he helped children, and etc. And this was very cool because usually, when we talk about some saints or some people who are like so religious, on the other hand, you see how that so religious people really can be like the ordinary man, the ordinary people who just try to help to children, to help to people, but not wanted to have to take a lot of praises for it. And after the stories about him, we should confess that he became very popular in the whole Europe, yeah, because Christianity was widespread on all that area, and everything was really good till the Reformation, yeah, till the 15th century, because in 15th century when Martin Luther, when John Calvin, when another Protestants started to their activity, they said that we should like divide. We not we need to make some changes in all our everyday tradition, and especially in UK during the English Civil War, the Puritan-controlled English government had legislated to abolish Christmas and abolish Saint Nicholas Day because considering it was like very popish, yeah, so they not wanted to be as Pope of Rome, so they wanted to make something very specifically for them. That's why they like abolished all it and created another holiday. They call it Father Christmas, and you see one of them, maybe the oldest picture from one of the books which showed us this Father Christmas, and we see some differences. So if Saint Nicholas, it was like totally very saint, even looks like a pope or something like that, and he gave us some gifts on the December the 6th when we started our feast of Christmas. Father Christmas gives a gift at the Christmas. So yeah, we have some changes in all this calendar. And later on, we know that a lot of Europeans go to the US and all of them like take some kind of its own traditions to the new world, yeah, because USA usually called like New World, and in New World I wanted just to emphasize this about the New York, because it was founded by the people from Holland. Today it's Netherlands, and it was also like a kind of people who trying to escape to save their religious identity, and they take the Saint Nicholas tradition with them to New York. Then it was like combined with all other traditions, because a lot of different people came to US and trying to create these nations. And at the beginning of 19th century, one of the poets write a poem, a visit from Saint Nicholas, but it was like not sure for everyone who is Saint Nicholas, and later his poem like started to called that was the night before Christmas. So this holiday, Saint Nicholas, like started to become the holiday Christmas, and they started to use this word about this name like Father Christmas, Santa Claus, Santa, another very special names. And in the 20th century, Coca-Cola trying to make very cool advertisement, and they honestly use this image of Santa Claus wearing it in the red coat, and it honestly becomes image of Santa Claus very popular, and like the story of Santa Claus started to create it in very another way. So now we see how in different countries there is like Santa Claus traditions and Saint Nicholas tradition, but it's still in the same roots, and we can even ask to different sources about to whom you believe and who gives gifts to you, and you will see like very similar answers in the whole countries which all about it. And just to continue with this topic of Saint Nicholas and Santa Claus, in USSR we also have like another thing about Did Moroz, Father Frost, and Snow Maiden. It was like an attempt of Soviet authority to cope with Christmas, yeah, because they also wanted to abolish all religious stuff, but still they need to have some holiday to have these gifts and this mood and something like that. So they abolished Christmas, abolished Saint Nicholas, but created another imaginary thing. I put the image of toys, which I also have, and I believe some of you also had, still have in your rooms and flats, etc. And then all these holidays about New Year, they started like to make it much more vivid and much more widespread than even any Christmas things at all. And we even see how this star from Christmas became the star as USSR used it. And like Christmas became more than New Year's celebration. Hopefully now we can choose. Yeah, we can choose what we wanted to celebrate, and to whom we can send all that letters with some things about gifts and etc. And still if we now are trying yet to fight for our freedom, we try to cope with all that heritage we have in a past. I always told to my students, and also wanted to tell to you, please don't use like that communist holiday. I know that it's very hard to to do something you're not used to do, but I just wanted like to encourage you to go deep into investigation. I will share links to you, and if you still haven't have a gift from Saint Nicholas, because today it's already December the 8th, maybe you forget about this holiday or something like that, you can use December 25th, because it's also like a son of Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus. But don't use so popular in communist time and other images, because it also helps us to cope with our heritage things and etc. So it's some sources you can read more about these holidays. And now it's already time to pass the control to our general evaluator, Enikő Mózes, because she presented our evaluators, and we can start the main part of the meeting, yeah, because it was like small introduction, and now we started to go into the main structure. Enikő, stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Lesia, for your kind introduction. Just a short comment also on our, let's say, holiday preparation about Saint Nicholas is that always the children on the night of the 5th of December, they are preparing and shining their shoes so that on the 6th in the morning they will receive presents or not. That depends on how good they are. But I will come back with other information at the end. As you mentioned, I am the general evaluator of the meeting, and I'm not coming alone. I have two special team. One is the speech evaluator team, which will evaluate the two speeches that we have tonight. They will present their objective when they will come in front to present also the evaluation of the speeches. And the second team of evaluators are the specialized evaluators, because we are learning to speak in front of a public, but how can we improve our public speaking by having good fluency, by being on time in a speech, and also to have a good grammar during our speeches. Therefore, I would like to ask the first evaluator, specialized evaluator of this evening, and I would like to ask the grammarian to come in front and present his role and tell us more about what he will do this evening. During this meeting. Our meeting, it's usually in evening. In a big round of applause, and we should ask him if he was nice, Dmytro Nazarenko.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I've introduced myself to some of you already, but my name is Dmytro Nazarenko, and I'm your grammarian for today's meeting. Now, what does the grammarian do? During today's meeting, I will observe your usage of English throughout the meeting, both good and bad usage, of course. The grammarian is also the person who presents the word of the day. And as we are 2 days after St. Nicholas Day, I wanted to introduce a word that is going to be in the spirit of this festive season and in the spirit of this, and in the spirit that we often like to celebrate in our Toastmasters community. And today's word of the day is a word which celebrates the quality of being kind and giving, often selflessly. So generosity, or being generous, in my opinion, it's not just about giving material things, but it also could be about sharing your time, your energy, your kindness with others. And well, during these days around St. we often talk about a timeless symbol of generosity, which reminds us to care for those around us. I would like to encourage you to use this word into your speeches today, whether you are giving a prepared speech or if you will participate in the table topic session, giving an impromptu speech, and whether you're discussing traditions or whether you are telling your personal story. Let this idea inspire your words, and also at the end, and of course at the end of the meeting, I will present my report, which will, of course, highlight your good or bad grammar usage, and I will also provide a list of those who use the word of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dmytro. Now let's see what it's about this A counter rule. And I would like to ask our colleague Cirpian Breca to tell us more why it's important to have a good fluency during our speeches. In a big round of applause, Cirpian Breca.
Thank you, Enikő. So fluency is very important because it speaks to the credibility of the speaker. It adds value when the fluency is high, but it also devalues the credibility of the speaker if the fluency is low. Now, there are a lot of ways that a fluency can go bad, like using pauses, undesired pauses, crutch words, or other filler words. As an A counter, I will pay a good attention to each and every speaker, and I will try to make a report that I will present at the end, hoping that by getting that information, how good you've done, or if you have some improvements in some area, will help you as speaker to have better fluency. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cirpian, for presenting your role. Now I'd like to ask the timer why it's important to have someone keeping the time during our Toastmasters meeting or in our speeches in our private life. In a big round of applause, I'd like to ask Rowe to present his role.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Well, time is like a river. Just can't touch the same water or moment twice, because it just keeps flowing and flowing. So as your timer today, I'll help you navigate this river of time smoothly, making sure that we don't get caught in any whirlpools of delay or make sure we don't drift off of course. And I will keep an eye on all the speeches, whether that's prepared speeches or improvised speeches, and I will also be paying attention to the evaluations. Our speakers this evening have a maximum of 7 minutes to speak, so I will be using my background and I will be changing the colour of it. So at 5 minutes I'll show them green, 6 minutes yellow, and at 7 minutes it will be red. Then for the table topic section, everybody has between 1 and 2 minutes to speak. So 1 minute green, 1.5 yellow, and 2 minutes red. Then for our speech evaluators, they have 3 minutes each. So at 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30, and 3 minutes, the background will change. The table topics evaluator, that will be 3 minutes green, 3:30 yellow, and 4 red. Then the A counter is the same as the speech evaluator, 2, 2:30, 3. Grammarian, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and 5. And I, as a timer, will have 2 minutes at the end to give my report. And I hope this evening we will see a lot of green and yellow backgrounds from me, not too many red ones. I know it's all about St. Nicholas or Santa Claus, who is all about red, but today let's make it more about green and yellow, and I will see you later when I give you my report. Thank you very much, and I'll pass the microphone back to Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Robert. A big round of applause for the specialized evaluators and the speech evaluators also. As a general evaluator, I will pay attention what's happening during this evening, and also I will give a short feedback at the end. How can we improve our meetings for the next to come? I hope you will enjoy this meeting, and I hope you had shiny shoes on the 5th of December. Now I am giving back the control to our Toastmaster of the evening, Lesia.
Great thanks to Enikő and to our technical evaluators, because it's usually very useful when we see all that requirements and we see all that feedbacks, which really helps us to improve. And now it's time to go to the prepared speech section of our meeting. Usually we are working according to the pathway manual, so it's look that we are not here just to talk. Yeah, we are here also to improve and to have some growings. And our first speaker for today will be working with the project from level 1. It's called Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. You see the speech length from 5 to 7 minutes, and the main purpose of the project is for members to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. So we see how our speaker today will cope with these challenges via online, but I'm sure Daiana Foros will manage to do it. And also at the third part of this meeting, our good friend from Best Odessa Speakers Club, Sergii Radchenko, will evaluate her. So just be ready. Everyone who are on the stage will have some feedbacks. And also in Dnipro Hills, we have such a cool tradition. I will share in the chat a link to Google Form, so every one of you also can leave some feedbacks to Daiana. And I also just wanted to encourage you to do this, because it really helps to our speakers to grow up much more effectively. So Daiana, Foros, go to the stage, and the speech which Daiana will present to us, called The Three Parks. The Three Parks by Daiana. Welcome.
Have you ever heard the expression walk the extra mile? It means crossing the initial limits that you set, both mentally and physically. 2 years ago, I had a business trip in Kranj, Slovenia, where one of my business partners is. The initial plan was to fly in on Wednesday, have the meeting on Thursday, and fly out on Friday. Instead, I decided to drive 8 hours from Romania through Hungary into Kranj. I could have stopped anywhere on the way because I had the freedom to choose. So I chose to take a nice bath in the lake of Balaton and a wonderful lunch there. Do you know how good Hungarian food is? Trust me, it is. On Thursday, I arrived at my customer, so I took my first pack, my laptop bag. We had meetings all day, presentation after presentation, words flying around like, you are more expensive than your customer. How can you ensure that you can guarantee that? This is not acceptable. On and on and on. And I was trying to defend my case with presentations, tough negotiations. And after 4 hours, we sealed the deal. And I was so happy. It was a success. The end. No, my friends, this is not the end. Because I decided to drive a couple of hours at the base of the highest mountain in Slovenia, Mount Triglav. I made a reservation in a small refuge in the top of the mountain, so I picked up my second pack, my famous backpack, who took me through challenging travels, amazing trips my whole life. So I started very early in the morning on Friday to hike. It was beautiful, it was tough, it was rewarding, it was challenging. I had all those mixed feelings. Until a couple of hours later when I found out that I forgot my water in the car at the base. So, because I'm in the public speaking club, I started to communicate. Excuse me, do you speak English? Excuse me, do you speak English? No. Excuse me, do you speak English? I started to panic. I was 5 hours away from the refuge and I had no water on 38 degrees temperature. I crashed on a stone and I waited for I don't know what, until I saw a couple coming towards me. So I tried my luck one more time. Excuse me, do you speak English? A little. Awesome. Do you have some water to spare? János, water, az víz? Wonderful. They speak Hungarian. I am a quarter Hungarian. I am saved. Can I get some water? Well, they didn't have water, but they gave me a huge apple. And for the next 2 days, they were the perfect company for me to hike all the way up to the summit, come down a little bit to the next refuge and spend the night there. And guess what? At the refuge, everybody speaks English. It was 2 wonderful days where new, exciting things happened to me there. But after 2 days, it was time to quit the second pack, put it down, and head towards home. The drive of 8 hours, of course, I couldn't do in one piece. And because it was so close, I decided to stop on the shore of the Danube and do what I like most, to fish. If Thursday was the day of challenging myself mentally, and Friday and Saturday it was the day of challenging myself physically, oh, every cell in my body was still feeling that. I decided that Sunday is a day of relaxation. So I started to fish. Needless to say that I catched nothing. But fishermen will relate to this and will understand why not catching a fish was still a big advantage for me, because I could stay there with all the events that happened in the last 2 days. I could just relax and put everything in the right order. This, my friends, is how I turned a boring business trip into a memorable adventure of 5 days. Something that initially was planned of 3 days, fly in, have the meeting, and fly out, turned into 5 days of full of excitement, joy, and memorable trips. My dears, I walked the extra mile, literally, and crossed the boundaries that I initially set, and I got rewarded with lifetime events. So next time you're planning something, put an extra bag in your trunk and walk the extra mile. Turn the end into to be continued. I guarantee it will be worth it. Thank you.
Great, thanks to Diane. Really, it was like some kind of Christmas miracle, yeah, when we try to cope with all this business trip and to create such a cool trip. Instead, still, thanks again to Daiana. And now all of you have additional 1 minute. In case you wanted to say a lot of praises to Daiana, please use Google form, yeah? Because Google form, which will help us, yeah, to share this emotion, this mood, and also some feedbacks to Daiana. Please, timer, pick 1 minute for this purpose, just to everyone to have enough time to cope with all your feelings, emotions, words. Okay, and now we are all almost ready to call to the stage our second speaker. But before it, I also need to tell you more about the requirements of his project, because it's a project honestly from the 4th level, yeah. So our new speaker, a member of Dnipro Hills, Oleksandr Myronchuk, is already finished his 3 levels, and the requirements of the 4th levels of the basic project of this level called the power of humor in impromptu speech. So today you will see something very extraordinary. Usually in this part of the meeting we have prepared speeches when speaker prepared to something and to tell us, as you see Diane told. But this individual project requires something another. Alexander works with humor, how he can use humor in his speeches, and I believe maybe you can even remember some of his former speeches. And in this evaluation form, he need to present it to us 2 impromptu speeches, but these 2 impromptu speeches will be some kind of not preparing, but preparing some plot of the speeches beforehand, because in the project we have 12 different 12 topics. So our speaker prepared to this topics beforehand, but still he don't know which of these topics I, as a Toastmaster of the day, will pick for him during this time. So what we see, we have 12 topics. I copied these topics and put it in randomizer. Then I will try to pick one of this topic to our speaker Oleksandr. He presented us 3 minutes impromptu speeches. After this impromptu speeches, I will pick another topic for him as well. So he will present it the second impromptu speeches. And our dear evaluator, today our evaluator will be from Timisoara English Speakers Club. It will be Marius Cazacu. Please correct me if I spell a mistake. And our evaluator, Marius, he will choose which of these impromptu speeches he wanted to evaluate in the end. So I will explain all these things so long because I wanted to tell you that Toastmasters International have a very cool educational program, and each of these speeches project really helps us to improve in very different ways. And if Oleksandr is ready, Oleksandr, show me that you are ready, because I am ready as well to pick some topics for you.
I'm ready.
Yeah, cool. So,
Okay, I'm ready.
yeah, I pick the first topic to you.
Lesia, could I just ask you a question as a timer? Because in
Yeah,
the agenda
yeah.
it says 7 minute speech, but
No,
do I just time it for two
yeah,
table topic speeches, yeah?
yeah, Rob. You should
Okay,
2, 3. Yeah, from 2
yep,
to okay.
okay.
The first topic for Oleksandr is your company has just announced a merger. You are asked to share a few words about the benefits of change. Your company has just announced a merger. You are asked to share a few words about the benefits of change. Like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes for Oleksandr starts.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our company finally make this merge. I know what you thought. Oh, it's a new merge. We so love it. We so love it because we need to be nice. But let me think about our future in this company. So now we have absolutely new jobs. Like, just think about this. Instead of regular jobs, you would do something like job when you try to integrate new company into old company in order to get something absolutely new. And when there are announcements of such a new company, such a new merge of companies, there are lots of special words used for that, like efficiency, innovation, streamline, and I'm really like this word like streamline. Do you know what? Because it's like a fancy way to say you are just well doing something else job. And I'm trying to think how to compare this merge with other kind of things that could happen in our lives. And it's like the marriage when you try to merge two marriage into one. So in final result, it's like very fun, lots of guests, but not everyone would get his gift, his cake. And obviously, there would be grandfather that will cry because of new electronic system for email. But let's also talk about something nice. This march we invite in order to this march we do in order to become more stronger, and obviously this make our stronger, or at least we create a new logo for our company. Back to you.
Oh, thanks, Alexander. Yeah, I saw that you're very good with time today, and you are almost tell to all of us that we should do this major. Yeah. So another speech from Alexander. Yeah. In requirements. Yeah. Okay. So everyone see the topics. Your club is holding an open house. You are asked to share a short speech about your experience in Toastmasters and how it has enriched your life. Oh, it's so cool topic. Your club is holding an open house. You are asked to share a short speech about your experience in Toastmasters and how it has enriched your life. So for this purpose, Alexander have from 2 to 3 minutes, and we start from now. Alexander.
I joined a Toastmaster, and you know, Toastmaster now is a really cool skill. They help you to learn how to talk. It's not just a survival strategy for family dinners. When I only remember how I decided to join it, it started like this. I really wanted to improve my English skills. And Toastmasters give me much more. It gave me at least this kind of possibilities that I could talk in front of lots of people and not pass out. So when I explained for other people that I decided just to improve my English skills, it sounds really weird because public speaking and English skills, it's look like I just wanted to know how to make some kind of coffee, and I decided to buy entire shop with personal in order to make this coffee. Absolutely overkill, but it's worth it. Let me explain why. I really like a table topic session. Maybe a lot of people surprised now because I'm not really often participate in that. But I try to be nice. So this is why I said it. And table topic session is really something great. They give kind of possibilities when you can create your speech and deliver just in seconds. It's look like this. They give you some kind of speech, talk about the deep sea fish, what the benefits of that, and you started. Sea fish, they swim, they wet, and after that, you were great. It's really cool. So another thing about Toastmaster is confidence. Just ask me about few years ago, what are my strengths? And I will answer after a long thinking, I don't know. But ask me now, what is my strength? I will not think even 1 second. I will answer immediately. I don't know, with absolute confidence. So Toastmaster, learn how to speak publicly, and remember, don't be too serious on your speeches. Back to you.
Thanks again to Oleksandr. Yeah, welcome to completing your another project from the from the first level. Sorry, every one of you, I believe, sees a link in our chat where you can leave your feedback to Oleksandr, and I wanted to encourage you to do so. For this purpose, we have near 1 minute, and we also try to have it. And after 1 minute, I will tell you what happens later. Well, so just take this 1 minute to leave the feedback. As I see, 1 minute is over, and now it's time to smoothly move to our another part of the meeting. And Oleksandr already gave us some hint about it, yeah, because he have prepared speech, but a lot of impromptu speeches. And if you wanted to talk about impromptu speeches more, I believe that some of us who are very old in Toastmasters told to you that the best impromptu speeches is the prepared speeches, and now we have a great possibility to train our impromptu public speaking skills because we have a special table topic master for today. It's our beautiful member who is Irish originally but in UK, and he is a member of a few more clubs. including Dnipro Hills, and I invite to the stage Cluskey, DTM, who will prepare something very special for all of us. Dek, welcome.
I'm terribly sorry, but Mr. Cluskey could not come today, and he has asked me to come along. Now, I don't know who are all these people on the screen. This is amazing. All these people. Would all the people on the screen please open your screens? I need to see everybody on the screen. Please open your screens. Come along, Julian. Come along, Marius. Come along, Elizabeth. That's wonderful. Oh, everybody, Maria. That's marvelous. Thank you very much. Because I have to just very quickly, my duty. I have to see the naughty list. Oh yes, I can see Alex. Oh yes, he is definitely on the very top of the naughty list. And I can see Lesia, a lovely lady, and look, she is absolutely the top of the good list. But I have been asked to do something called table topics. I have no idea what this is. I do know what pub quizzes are. So what I thought I would do was combine. So I will ask you all a question, multiple answers. And the first question, and then I will ask you to speak about that. And the first question is, in my table topics with Santa Claus, is this. When was the first Christmas tree decorated? I need you to put your hands up. Was it in 1510? Put your hands up, anybody? Put your hands up. Was it in 1510? Nobody thinks it was 1510. Was it in 1530? Oh, yes, Julian does. Okay. In 1539, put your hands up. 1539, put your hands up. Nobody's put your hands up. Oh, one, Sergii. That's lovely. And then 1419, put your hands up. Only one. So many people don't seem to know at all, but simply guess. So Sergii, would you tell me in 2 minutes why you think Christmas trees were first put up in 1539. Give us your reason, please, or just tell us about Christmas trees in general. On you go, 2 minutes, Sergii.
Hello, dear Toastmaster and dear guest. And I really have seen yet everything, and even Santa Claus in his house. I really know when first time Christmas tree was decorated, but in my life it was first time when I was near 4 years old, and I remember my life since 4 years old, and it was in my house, in the house of my parents, and besides my life, I couldn't know everything exactly, so I can explain how it was in my life. It was wonderful time when I was a small kid, and for me it's the best time when you're a kid and when you go to kindergarten. Kindergarten maybe is the best place in my life, the same, because there are a lot of women around you, we all sleeping in one room, everything is free, a lot of gifts, a lot of free time, and you shouldn't go to work. So for me, kindergarten, and especially New Year time, the best time. And I remember one short episode about that when we change our gifts with one guy, and I have apple, and he had a car, small car, toy car, and we had some change. We make change, and after that, he eaten my apple, and I received my car, and he became some argue with me because he want to his car back, but my apple was eaten at that time. So it was problem, and we beaten each other. It was bad remind about that time, but good remembrance that that holiday was totally wonderful, and that time was wonderful. Thank you.
That's very good, Sergei. I must say you're all very good speakers in this club. Much better than me. They're not better than me. Nobody is better than Santa Claus. Now, the answer to the question was, shall we have a drum roll? And the answer to the question was, definitely, it was 1419. Now, I know everything, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Toastmasters, because it was the Honourable Guild of Bakers who first put up a tree in 1419. And the next question then, to follow on from that, would be, where was the first Christmas tree put up? Was it in Germany? Was it in Latvia? Was it in Croatia? So, everybody who thinks it was Germany, put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. Olena, okay. And Vladimir, and Dan. And then Latvia, put your hands up. Latvia, put your hands up. Oh, there we are, Daiana. That's good. Yes. Anybody else? No. And Croatia, and ready for your hand, Roman, and the rest of you don't simply know. This is very, very strange. So, Olena, was it Olena who said Germany? Who said Germany? And give me a reason. Now, Alex, all the way from Canada, Montreal in Canada, I want you to tell me in 2 minutes who, or what was your reasoning for saying, what did you say? You said Germany, didn't you? I think it was Germany. On you go. You give me your reasoning for telling me it was invented in Germany. Go ahead. 2 minutes.
Deutschland, ein Tannenbaum. Yes, indeed, the Germans, I'm sure. The Germans were very efficient, effective people, and they wanted to find a way to celebrate the great profundity and fecundity of the Christmas season. And with their Tannenbaum, these bakers decided to have all kinds of wonderful, exuberant expressions of joy. And so the Germans, not 100% known for their joy, but really known for their love of children, they decided to have this wonderful Christmas tree and all of the other sweets and toys for Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas. Oh, what a wonderful tradition that was. And then there are wreaths, and then there's so many other expressions of Christmas and Yuletide joy. Thank you, Santa Claus. You're a wonderful, jolly old elf. Back to you.
Oh, yes, and Dan, I saw Dan put his hand up. Dan, would you care to give us your reasoning for saying that Christmas trees were first put up in Germany? Over to you, Dan, for 2 minutes. Go ahead. Are you there, Dan? Where's Dan gone? Oh, there he is.
Hello,
is he
guys.
There? He's there, yes. Go on.
I was just answering the question. I won't participate to this. I was just answering.
Well, Alex has said it's the Germans like children. Like children. I thought he was going to say that so they ate them for Christmas. Dan, come on, Dan.
Dear Santa Claus, Dan is our TT evaluator, so maybe it's the reason why he
Yes, I'm evaluating, so.
Oh, that's no excuse whatsoever, Dan. No excuse. I'm not taking any excuses. You said that you thought it was Germany. Tell us why it was Germany, even if it's 30 seconds. Go on.
Okay, let's try this. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. I totally have no clue where was the first Christmas tree created or celebrated. I was just imagining that the Germans will try to do it because they are very, very organized as people and inventive and creative. And just remember the carol in the German O Tannenbaum. So I was just thinking that could be related of that and could be the origin of the Christmas tree. But if I'm thinking about it, I remember that the Christmas tradition is a mixture between Christian traditions and pagan traditions. So if I remember well, I think the tree came from a pagan celebration. Maybe I'm wrong or maybe I'm not, but this is how I remember. And well, the people getting around the Christmas tree and dressing it up, it's an action that brings everybody together besides eating at the table. So as my colleague said, I think that it was needed also for a symbol besides the Santa Claus, or symbol for Christmas, to have it in the house, to bring nature inside the house and getting connected the nature with the Christian celebration. We as people, we use images to remember a holiday. Even the companies, as Coca-Cola, needed an image for the product, so they created the modern version of Santa Claus with the red clothes. This is, I think, also the Christians, they needed for the people, because on those times people weren't educated and didn't read books, and they needed an image that was known by everybody. A tree, we dress a tree to celebrate. So that's why I think the tree appeared, and that's why I think it was in Germany, but I'm curious to see where it was the first tree. You will tell us. Thank you.
Very good, very good, very good. Come on, applaud everybody. Applaud, give us some jazz hands. That's wonderful. Let's get this party going. Well, I can tell you that the answer was the tree was first put up in Germany.
Well, luckily,
and it was in a place called Freiburg, which was beside the Black Forest. Let's get on to the next question. The next question is, who filled the first Christmas stocking? Was it Abraham Lincoln? In America, was it Napoleon? In France, or was it St. Nicholas? Now let's see. Who says Abraham Lincoln? Let's see. Nobody says Abraham Lincoln. Who says Napoleon? Nobody. Oh, one. Nataly says Napoleon, and Roman says Napoleon. That's lovely. That's lovely. Roman. Oh, yes, yes. And who says St. Nicholas? Come along. Oh, before. And there's quite a lot undecided. Now, Roman, would you like to tell me, in your own words, in 2 minutes, please, why you think it was St. Nicholas?
Well, thank you so much, and Klaus. I've got two controversial versions about who was the first maid who filled the first Christmas stocking. I've heard that the origin of the Thanksgiving Day was related with the American Civil War, and Abraham Lincoln was the president during this time. The second theory is that since Napoleon was heavily influenced by the Roman Empire, the Roman culture, the idea of irredentism, the idea of restoration of the most beautiful things of the past, I think Napoleon is also the case. Probably that's enough for now, and back to you, DS and the close.
That was marvelous. Well, I can tell you, you were not even near, Rowan. Not even near. Nowhere near, because you should all know that the Christmas stocking was first filled in the Ukraine by the wonderful man St. Nicholas. He was very good at giving coins to people, and he went by this window every night, and he found the person there needed money for the 3 dowries, money for the weddings of his 3 daughters, and he hadn't got any money, so he threw in bags of coins each night. And one night the coins landed in the stocking. They used to hang up the stockings in front of the fire to dry them when they were wet from the previous day, and that is how the tradition started. So there we are. Let us see what the answer was. Of course, it was St. Nicholas. Now, the next question. Why is everything red at Christmas? Did the Romans start it? Did Santa Claus start it? Did King Henry VIII start it? Who says that the Romans started? Everybody put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Nobody's putting your hands up. My God, some people have darkened their screens, you naughty people. Open your screens up, for goodness sake, and let me see you. Now, no, nobody says the Romans. Santa Claus started it? Oh, yes, Alexander. Let me see. Are you on the list, Alexander? Yeah, I can see. Hold on. And who says that King Henry VIII started it? Nobody at all. Alexander, tell me, Alexander, why? No, you spoke, Alexander. I can't ask you. Let me ask somebody else. Say Dennis. Where is Dennis? Is there? I had Dennis written down. I don't see any Dennis now. Let me see. Elizabeth. I had Elizabeth written down. Where is Elizabeth? I can't. There's Elizabeth. Elizabeth, what do you think? What do you think? Was it the Romans? Was it Santa Claus? Or was it King Henry VIII? Or just tell us why you think it's all red. On you go. 2 minutes, Elizabeth.
Well, of course, everything is red during Christmas because the Romans started it. And the reason I know the Romans started it is because he told me they did. For a good reason why everything is red, I don't know. I would have to guess that it is a nice compliment to the massive amount of snow that we used to get a few hundred years ago. Unfortunately, these days, we don't see a lot of snow here in Bucharest or in Timisoara. I'm not sure where else in the Ukraine, or I heard in the UK, you don't get to see much snow either. So back in the day, of course, red was a complementary color to let things stand out and be sparkly, bright, and joyful back in the day when everything was covered in snow. Now, of course, the stockings were red and the presents were also wrapped in red paper because Christmas was, of course, a celebration of generous spirits between friends, family, and colleagues. Back in the day, I think they were called different things. But that is my answer as to why everything is red at Christmas. And yes, it were those Romans that started it.
And you were exactly right. But your reasoning was completely wrong. Completely wrong. Because the real reason is that the Romans celebrated the feast of Saturnalia, which is for the god Saturn. And they celebrated that between December the 17th and December the 23rd. So now you know the Romans followed Saturnalia. There we are. So let us get on now very quickly. What speed does Santa's sleigh travel at? Does he travel at 300 miles an hour? he get around to all those children? Does he travel at 1,800 miles an hour? Or does he travel at 1,800 miles per second? Let's see who's up with 1 mile per hour. 300 miles per hour. But you've had to go, Sergii. That's you can't go now. 1,800 miles per hour. Anybody? No. 1,800 miles per second. Anybody? Nobody's putting their hands up. What's going on here? Julian, let me see. Have you got a role? I don't think you have a role. So let's have a go. Julian, give us your Oh, don't make your screen blank, Julian, please. Oh, there you're back. Okay, give us your reasoning for the 1,800 miles per second. 2 minutes. On you go, Julian.
We all love Santa Claus, and we know that he's quite busy, especially before Christmas and during Christmas. While he prepares the list, he looks who was naughty, who was nice, and who will get a present. The important thing is that he has a nice gesture for people who have done good during the year. And of course, the engineering part of myself and others have asked themselves how fast can he travel in order to actually deliver this the presents to all the members or all the children in the world. Of course, that's a very complicated question, and I would go with the highest speed, so something which per second, if it's 1,800 or 2,039.5, that's not that relevant. I think what is the most important thing is that everybody gets a present and people enjoy and celebrate Christmas with their loved ones. So for that, speed is important, but more it's the feeling of being grateful for a nice Christmas in family.
The answer. Come on, let's see people applauding. Vladimir, you're not applauding. Roman, you're not applauding. Dan, you're not applauding. Why does nobody applaud? Come on, let's go mad. That's lovely. No,
I'm busy writing.
Oh, I see. There's no excuse, Dan. No excuse. You have to applaud. But the answer is 1,800 miles per second. And do you know the reason why? Because there are 2.6 billion children in the world, and he needs to go at that speed to get around to everybody. Very logical, really. And let's see what we have for the next question. How does Santa fit all the toys in his sleigh for all those 2.6 billion children? Does he use magic? Does he use local Santas? Franchising. Or has he a special zapper? What do we think? Do we think he uses magic, everybody? Put your hands up. Yes, Lesia does, and so does Sergii. Sergii does. Now, Sergii got a role. Has Sergii got a role? I don't think so. Sergii. Now, all those who think he has a franchise of the local Santas, put your hand up. Vitalia. And who thinks he has a special zapper? And lots of people haven't a clue. But Vitalia, you tell us why you think he uses all these local Santas. On you go. Give us your reasoning.
Thank you very much. Actually, it's not because I believe. I believe only to my own eyes. And my own eyes, they show me a lot of local Santas. But it's not only once in a year, like probably in some countries. Here in Ukraine, we have a lot of local Santas, 5 times. Yesterday was the 6th, or 2 days ago, it was St. Nicholas Day, like new Ukrainian St. Nicholas Day. But before it used to be 19th of December. And some people will celebrate this. And I will see a lot of local Santas again on the streets, which are coming to present something to children. Then 25th of December, kind of new style Christmas in Ukraine. Then, of course, the most popular holiday in Ukraine, New Year, which is Father Frost, but also they look exactly like local Santas, I can assure you, and a lot of them on the streets. And the last one, the 6th of January, the Orthodox Christmas, again, with also local Santas. So I saw plenty of them. So I'm sure 100% he uses local Santas. Back to you, thank you.
Oh, may I tell you, Mr. Nataly, that this is absolute total rubbish. All of those people are imposters. They're all pretending to be me, and they are not me. And that St. Nicholas chap who tries to put himself up for this Christmas present. I am the spirit of Christmas, Santa Claus. I am the genuine article, and I can tell you the reason and the way that I get all the Christmas presents is this. I have a special zapper, which is this. It's a special zapper, yes, and all I do is I get the presents and I zap each present. Now, this present squishes all the air and empty spaces out of the toys, including the space that even the human eye can't see. And then these tiny toys are hundreds of times smaller than they are in real life. Then I pack them all into airtight boxes, and when they get to the other end, take them out of the boxes, and they magically fill the spaces, and there are the toys. Now, I have got exactly time for one more topic, and I am looking at Olena. I don't think you have a role, Olena, but I'm looking at you very carefully, and I'm going to ask you this question. What is the sleigh made of to withstand 1,800 miles per second? What do you think that the sleigh is made of? Olena.
I don't understand your question, really.
What do you think the sleigh which you see on the screen,
Sleigh.
that's the sleigh. That's the sleigh on the screen, which is what
is sleigh?
Sleigh, you see it on the screen? And you see it? Look, I'll show you another one. Where's the other one? I've got the sleigh. There's a sleigh. And look, there's a picture of me in the sky. That's the sleigh, carrying all the presents. Have you never seen a sleigh before? No. No, my goodness me. So what do you feel that object there, just beside the moon on the earth?
Sleigh, it means Santa Claus with
It's like a truck on the back that the reindeers pull along. Now, what do you think? Just tell me anything mad, anything crazy that comes into your mind just for 2 minutes. Tell me the craziest story in your life.
Well, I can tell you a story about Saint Nicholas Day. To be honest, I celebrate only this year, this day, unfortunately. But I buy a present for my daughter-in-law. I bought the Lego for her. It was nice, but during I was looking for a present, I bought a present for myself as well. So this year it was really a really holiday for me too. And I hope everyone will buy presents, gifts, not only other people, other children. I think you should buy a present for yourself as well. So I hope you do it this Christmas. So thank you.
That's very, very good, Olena. Olena. So there we are. I was told to finish.
Olena.
Look.
Olena.
Olena.
Yes,
5 seconds to go. 6. There we are. And we have finished smack on time. 30 minutes. This Santa Claus is some genius, I tell you. And thank you very much. I'm terribly sorry that Dick Cluskey could not be here, but I hope I stood in very well. And I will say good luck to you all. Have a lovely Christmas and thank you. Bye-bye from Santa Claus. Don't mind this St. Nicholas chap. He's an imposter. He's an imposter.
Thanks, dear Santa Claus. So happy to see you and hope to see you on the December 25th as well. And now you see in our chat there is a Google form in which you should vote for the best speaker. At the end of the meeting, I will tell you the results of this voting, so please be attentive and to vote for the best of the best, because today we have a very lovely table topic session. Just few more seconds to you to make your choice. And now I am ready to pass this stage to our dear general evaluator, to Enikő Mózes, and we start the final part of our today's meeting, the evaluation part. Enikő, stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Lesia. We arrived at the, let's say, serious part of the meeting. We had fun. We left during this 1.5 hours. So let's get serious. I would like to recommend to the evaluators that we will evaluate the performance and not the speaker in front of us. And let's get serious. We will start with the evaluation for Daiana Foros's speech. And I would like to invite Sergii Radchenko in front of us and deliver his speech. I would like kindly also to ask my evaluators during the meeting to try to be in time due to the fact that we are slightly late for today. Thank you very much. Sergii, the stage is yours. In a big round of applause.
Yes, thank you, dear Madam General Evaluator. Hello, everybody. Hello, dear Toastmasters, dear fellow Toastmasters. Today we had a really great performance, really great speech from Daiana Foros. It's a good and excellent example how to deliver the speech with body language and vocal variety. You ask why? Because Daiana used very live speech with feelings and emotions. And during the speech, I wanted to get into this environment because it's I remember my trip to Kiev when it was my first officer's training. It's a really great trip in winter in Kiev, but I'm not alone. But about the speech of Daiana, you had a lot of pluses in your speech because you had a good background. You are standing and you use all of the air around you with your gestures, with your body language, and in your speech. Also, you use the personal story. You use the dialogues. Your gestures complemented what was said. It is really important. And you also use improvised means. All of your backs had his personal story, and you had some qualities of these backs. And the performance is very creative, especially when you show us the picture. Show us, is the end? No, it's not the end. And when you finish your speech, to be continuous. And also you show some different emotions, different feelings when you show your story. And some minus, for me, it's like psychologist trick. When you told about panic, you don't show us a panic, because when you told about panic, you very calm and you show us joy. Try to use some panic, some emotions when you're nervous, when you search the person who helped you. Try to use shouting and whispering, because it's really important. Because when you show us the different emotions, try to not use only joy and this calm. Try to move around the scene. Try to show some search. When you search the person, when you search the help, and it will be good. And you also finish with good position when you show us this is the end. And my recommendation for you, try to use more vocal variety, as I said before, with your whispering and with your shouting. Thank you. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Sergei. Now we would like to ask on the stage Marius Cazacu, the speech evaluator for Oleksandr's 2 speeches. In a big round of applause, Marius Cazacu.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. Today I have the pleasure to be speech evaluator for our dear colleague, Oleksandr Myronchuk. He's on a pathway called Engaging Humor, Level 4, project number 1, Engaging Humor. And as you all got to see, he had to deliver 2 improvised speeches based on 2 subjects that were drawn for him. And this is my report. I noted on the first speech the great way that the speech started, praising the new jobs that were to be created by this merger, bringing a positive side, a positive connotation to probably a sad event for some. And he brought a lot of reasoning, saying that it's going to be a new logo, and also suggesting that it's like a merging of marriages. So it was a very, very fun way of presenting it. And on top of that, everything was packed with ample gestures, good fluency, I think great voice adapted to the situation, and humor, of course. Few things that that will do a little bit better for the future speeches will be, let's say, maybe you're not Oleksandr, maybe you're not able to look always to the camera because you needed to do your movements, but at least glance at the camera from time to time, because we know we share knowledge, information, and we connect with the audience through the site. It tells a lot. So at least from time to time, take a look at the camera, connect with your audience. And you had a lot of gestures, and you switched from one side to the screen to the other. If you correlate that with what you're saying, meaning if you move with the purpose, you will bring more value to the speech. Now, going on the second speech, it had a very powerful voice, a lot of body movement, and ample gestures, and a very good position. It was actually better on the second speech, more precise, more with meaning. But here a little bit it lacked the humor. I think you took this topic too seriously. Don't forget to improvise, dare to try and be silly. Just whatever you say, I think this is a great stage to make mistakes. So don't be shy. Be silly, exaggerate, do whatever it does, whatever you can. Make those twists, but that's going to bring a lot of humor. All in all, I think you did a great job, and the speeches were in tune with the topic of the project, and I think you accomplished your objectives. So congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marius, for your evaluation. Now let's go to the general evaluation of our table topics evaluator. Let's see how we did in the table topics section. In a big round of applause, Dan Bodnariuc.
Thank you, Enikő. I know I'm not supposed to evaluate a table topic master, but you were amazing. I just saw Santa Claus tonight, transmitting live from your living room. Thank you so much. What I was following as a table topic evaluator were the followings. If you guys had in your speeches the introduction, the body, and conclusion, which is very important for the audience to get at the end your message, and those parts of the speech are helping them to understand what you are transmitting to them. I also follow if it was relevant to the question or not. So me saying this to you, you will make your own evaluation at this moment. And then I will go through each of you and say what I've liked and what I have noted. Also, some of you, they were nervous, like our colleague said, this is a place to make mistakes. Don't take it so seriously, as Marius said, and that will help you to be more natural with your audience. Another thing that I was following, and is very important during the speech, is the vocal variety, and this helps also the audience to relate to you. The eye contact, even though we are online, if you are not looking in the camera, it's very important because we as humans, we use eyes to connect to each other and also to see if that person is dangerous or not for us. So please look in the camera. And also the gestures. Some of you, they were having the camera too close and they were seeing just a big head. It doesn't help too much when you're online. Try to see at least half of your body. And also, I am inviting you to use your time. So I will go to each of you and say something about your speech. I will start with Sergii. I really like that you told us about the childhood. It makes the story more personal. Each of us, we were children at some time. And you added also your gestures to your presentation. That was really good, and you had a really good eye contact. As I said at the beginning, use the 15 seconds you are allotted when you have a table topic speech. Each one of us has it and gives you time to find the idea, and also follow the string of the story for us to be more easier to understand, and also have some pauses. I'll continue with Alex. I really like the gestures and the vocal variety. It looks like you have experience in this. Myself, I like the story that I had and the arguments that I presented, even though I had no clue about it. And I should pay attention to the time more. Roman, even though he didn't have, as me, a clue about who filled the first time the Christmas stocking. He was very convincing in his arguments. He tried to use the time to present his idea and his opinion. It was a pleasure to follow him. Use your time. You have 2 minutes allotted, and you were moving too much with the chair. It was it's not necessary. It says nothing to the audience, and it makes us consider that you're not very sure on the subject. And as I said at the beginning, try to get a little bit far away from the camera for us to see your body. It's much easier to follow the gestures. Elizabeth, well, she has a lot of experience, not only in Toastmaster to speak in public, she does also a lot of events. I really liked your vocal variety every time. It's a great storytelling, and you were honest to us. And even though, as the others didn't have any clue about the red color, you made a convincing speech, even though the host told you that they were not real, but for me, they're really real. So great job, Elizabeth. I'll continue with Julian, which I voted the best speech, and I will tell you why. He had respected, if it were a real competition, he would be the winner. He respected the introduction, the body. In the conclusion, he was very professional, very serious about it. Also with his very wise and intelligent humor, he had good eye contact, connected with us. And also he reminded us that he is an engineer, and that means his arguments are really strong. And he held also vocal variety, and I really liked the conclusion. So great job, Julian. You are my number one. I voted you to win this. I continue with Nataly. I see I'm red. I'll try to go as fast as I can. I really like that he said thank you. And he presented that the local tradition of the more than Santa Claus. He had good gestures, and the camera. We could see the body. And as improvement, you should try to use more the introduction, the body conclusion of your speech for us to be able to follow best. And at the end, Olena, keep going. You need experience. I really like your courage. You had a smile, even though it was difficult for you to do this. And it was even something related to the term of slate you didn't understood, but you stood there. And yes, use the camera. You didn't move at all, so at least some gestures, and try to have some vocal variety. It was linear what you were saying in order to keep the public connected to your speech. Thank you so much, guys. I know I'm red, but I just wanted to say a word for everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dan, for your generous feedback. We would like to continue with the A counter for this meeting. And guys, I will kindly ask you to be as short as possible to finish the agenda on time. In a big round of applause, Ciprian.
Thank you, Enikő. Because we are a little bit behind our schedule, I will go straight into my report, and I will only read the names of the people that I've noticed have made a few pauses undesired, or have you had prolonged vowels. So if you spoke during this meeting and you don't hear your name, congratulations. I will try to be also generous, and if you had more than 5 mistakes, I will just say a few. So I will start with our Toastmaster, with Lesia. You had a few mostly in the beginning in your presentation, probably because you try to make up for time and you paced yourself a little bit. You had he had a few and used the word and a lot. Vitaly, only one and two repetitions. Olena, a few one pause, and a few prolonged vowels. Congratulations. As for our evaluators, Sergei, you had a few a few repetitions, and of course, the excessive usage of the crutch word and. Marius, you had also a few you had two pauses, two repetitions, and the use of the word and. And this concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ciprian, for your generous feedback. I'd like to go now to our grammarian of the evening and see how we did and what we need to improve for the next meeting. In the round of applause, Dmytro.
Okay, thank you, Eni. I will start probably with the list of the people who used the word of the day. Unfortunately, there were not many, so I did hear Ciprian use the word of the day, and I think nobody else did it, or I might have missed. Oh, I see Elizabeth raising her hand, so I might have forgotten you. Sorry. However, the good news is that pretty much everybody who spoke today, regardless whether you are a native speaker or not a native speaker, sounded clear. So I heard very few, mistakes or issues that would make understanding more complicated. There are, however, a few minor issues and mistakes that I have to address, and most of those were made by many of today's speakers. So there is no point in me, poking at each and every one of you. And these issues are, first of all, well, the first issue is one of those that will relate to my fellow Ukrainian citizens, as I like to say. So, and it is the thing that a lot of us seem to confuse the sounds v and w, although, well, so a lot of people said v instead of were, like, they were celebrating or whatever. And also there was quite a lot of confusion in terms of these sounds in English that are produced by putting your tongue between your teeth. So a lot of people said s instead of f and z instead of the. Just another thing to pay attention to. Also, when there is a war that is not between two countries or more countries, but it is a war that is happening inside of a country, it is called a civil war, not civil war, or whatever it was the pronunciation that I heard. There was another issue that I noticed. Somebody mentioned, I was trying to fish and I catched nothing. I caught nothing, obviously. And also I heard quite a lot of people saying he have rather than he has, and he need instead of he needs. Also, well, whenever you go to the theater, for example, or whenever we are participating in offline Toastmasters meetings, we normally go out on the stage to participate and give a speech. Not the Ukrainian word for the stage is scena. So I heard a lot of people say scene or scen or whatever, but in English it's just the stage. And that is actually everything that I would like to address. I was trying to keep my report concise, and I hope I did. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause for the generous feedback from our grammarian of the meeting. And now I would like to ask our timer to give us a short summary of our speeches time today. Big round of applause for Robert.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. And like Santa, time flies, and it has flown by this evening. And like Santa, our evaluators were kind of like the same colour as him, very red. So I'll start with the prepared speeches. Daiana, congratulations, you were on yellow with 6 minutes and 13. Oleksandr, your both speeches, the first one was green, 2:17, and the second one was yellow, 2:38. Congratulations. Table topics, Sergei, red, 2:13. Alex, 1:14 green. Dan, 2:22 red. Roman, 53. Elizabeth, 1:27 green. Julian, 1:20 green. Vitaly, 1:29 green. And Olena, 1:26 green. Now we get to Santa's favorite section because it's all red, nearly. The first speech evaluator, Sergei, in 3:14 red. Marius, 4 minutes and 4 red. Dan, as a table topics evaluator, 6 minutes and 5 red. A counter, Cirpian, 3 minutes and 10 red. And the only one that's not red, the Grammarian, Dmytro, 3 minutes and 32 green. And I am 1:35 on yellow. Thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you later on.
Thank you very much, Robert, for your feedback. I would like to offer also a small feedback from my side also. Thank you very much for another joint meeting between Dnipro Hills and Timisoara English speakers. It's always a pleasure to learn something new from another club and try to implement some of their habits in our meetings. As a general evaluator, I would like to point out that we didn't start on time. We started late. The Vice President Education saluted the guest and started the meeting. What I'd suggest to the Toastmasters, very nice presentation, Lesia. Maybe I have presented before each section, so you have split it in 3. Then it's more interesting, more engaging. And you forgot to present the structure of the meeting. In meantime, then you overcome it. Regarding the table topics section, sorry, Dec, you missed it. We saw Santa Claus maybe in a naughty list. You can remind him that it's important to tell us why it's important, the table topic section for us. That improves our impromptu speaking, and also the rules that we have. You have 15 seconds to think about and remind the people that they should use the word of the day so that the grammarian has a better job. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. Lesia, back to you.
Thanks a lot to everyone. Yeah, another joint meeting almost finished. I am so happy that we managed to make it in this year, still in this year. So previous we have in May, now in December, and hope we will continue this practice next year as well. So sorry again for late a little bit from our side, because Ukraine have a lot of challenges now with everything. And with all these words, I wanted to say you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I will put this recording in our YouTube channel, and we will give a link to Enikő so everyone can see and still have the spirit in case of something. In case something don't want it to be in YouTube, I can hide this video from the general search. Just tell about this to me, and with all this word, I give the stage to our president of Timisoara English Speakers Toastmasters Club, to Robert Rowe, please, with final announcement to you. Thanks to our friends from Best Odessa Speakers who join us today as well. So, Rob, this stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Lesia. And a big round of applause for Lesia, for Enikő, and for, let's say, Santa Claus for their special sections that they prepared and all the effort they put in this evening. And thank you to everybody who was present here and who put their energy and their love and their effort into this meeting to, make this last 2 hours a pleasant 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon for us. And I know we're a little bit behind time, but just to fulfill my role, I'll just speak just to a couple of guests. Roman, how was the meeting for you? And congratulations for being part of the table topic section.
Thank you so much, Robert. It was quite interesting joint meeting, and to be honest, it was the first time when I participated on joint meeting where there I gathered a lot of foreigners from different countries, and it was a great pleasure. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Roman. And I would also, we have this saying in Toastmasters when we're doing speeches, we say, "Oh, Madam Toastmaster, fellow members and distinguished guests." And this evening we do have a distinguished guest because we do have the division director for Ukraine, and that is Maria Teresa. And a big round of applause. I'd like to ask Maria Teresa, how was the meeting for you?
First of all, I have to apologize that I was an hour late, with the time zones. I'm here in Vienna, so I came an hour late. My apologies. But I'm glad I came. You all got me into the Christmas spirit. I particularly like Father Christmas. I was surprised, Deck, that you called yourself Santa Claus. I thought in your part of the world, you're Father Christmas. And Enikő, the Christmas cap is super. And all the red, and you're shaking your head. In any event, an international group, I am thrilled to be here, and thank you for the invitation, Sergei. And with that, I give back to you, Robert.
Thank you very much, Maria Teresa, and thank you everybody else who was part of this. Thank you, Katalin, for coming along, being next to Elizabeth there and being part of this meeting. And with that said, I'd like to officially close this meeting, and people who are part of TEST, don't forget we have a meeting on Tuesday evening. It's an online meeting. If you haven't taken a role yet, please take it. And so the meeting is now officially adjourned. Thank you very much and enjoy your Sunday.
Final photo and small after party, and still you have something to share with us. We have some additional minutes. Okay, preparing for the photo. I will make screen, so.
Wait.
Yeah, okay. We are waiting for Santa.
Wait now.
Take it off.
So smile.
Wait.
Yeah, we are waiting. We are preparing to smile. So we train our muscles because we all wanted to be so festive as we can. Yeah, cool. So smile, everyone. Yeah, I make a few more shots just to be sure. Yeah. Thanks again.